Okay guys, we are live. I'm gonna wait for some people to come on in. Let me go turn this light off here. Right, you can really see that tank nice and bright. Let me get the chat on my computer. This is my Amazon and Metro tank. Make sure you like the stream. I'm not going to move the camera at all during the stream because I don't want it to mess up in terms of lagginess. Hello, Emily's Art. Welcome to the stream. I'm gonna wait until some people come in, and then I'll start talking about the tank. It's probably gonna be a huge explosion of like a couple different people here. These guys are already fed, so I can't feed them tonight. Sorry about that, but yeah, it looks like the Wi-Fi is actually holding up really well. Are you guys getting any lag on your side? Hello, Maizu. Welcome to the stream. No lag. That's what we like to see. If you guys don't know, in the past, I've had some really bad lag problems just with my internet, and it's just not worked out very well. But that's really good. Perfect. All right. Sweet. I'm gonna wait till Benny's Aquatics drops in. I already got 4 watching in like 2 minutes now. It's pretty nice. Oh, now we're down to 3. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna start talking about the tank. So, it's a 29-gallon aquarium. And Benny's Aquatics raid. Yes. Alright, so the tank is a 29-gallon aquarium, and I'll talk about the plants. This is a red melon sword right here, and then there's actually another one like right down there. You can't see it too well. This right here, this plant is called Rotala indica, and it's a really nice plant. I'm trying to grow it in my tank, in Patch's tank, which you haven't seen that video. Benny's Aquatics, could you like put a link in the chat for that? It's my new female betta, and I'm doing this kind of as a carpet plant. And I got a bunch of bronze crypts, which are these kind of dullish brown crypts, and they've really carpeted. I have wisteria, which is this plant right here, nice bright green, and this is water sprite in the back, and then I have a nice Amazon sword right here. So it's a really nice mix of plants. I used to have cardinal plant in here, but I moved all of it into Patch's tank. And this is, I forget the specific name of the wood, but it's just wood. The filter, I think it's like a Sunsun 180 gallon per hour filter, so it does get some really nice flow. Now I'll talk about my fish. So I got a school. It's a mix. It used to be like 10 cardinal tetras and 1 neon, but now it's like my ram sold. He will be gone in 3 hours. Okay, good to hear. The school of tetras is like 10 or 11 cardinals, and then about like 13 neons, I think. So it's a really nice pack. We actually just added all the neons from our Apisto Gramma Biteniata tank, and because they were eating the fry that the Apistos were raising, so we removed them and just combined them in here. I did just do a water change along with a glass scrubbing before the stream. I also have there's a sponge filter right down there. You can see the bubbles coming up. This is a salt and pepper rock, and then there's another one like back in there. It's really hard to see, but these are what my golden rams usually spawn on. So that's my male, that's my female right there. So I mean, my male's golden ram is my favorite fish I have. Like, there's just no doubt about it. I also have 2 discus in here, which are also one of my favorite fish. I have a big one right there, and he's darker colored. And I have a smaller, more recent one. He's really light. Make sure you like. Yes. Fish Folk to 200, guys. We need 3 subscribers. We need 3 people to subscribe to Fish Folk, and we can hit 200. That'd be a huge awesome thing that would happen. I have a longfin bristlenose pleco who he was just on the back glass back here, but now he's like down there. His tail's actually sticking out right there. Yeah, he's moving it. Yeah. For fertilizers, I don't do any fertilizers on this tank, believe it or not. So it's like, I mean, the plants just grow completely all on their own. And did I add root tabs? I think, yeah, I did add some root tabs to the gravel when I first set up the tank. If someone can find if someone can get a link to the setup of this tank, that'd be great. It really has grown in a lot. However, I really don't like how this is just so open right here, but I can't complain. The tank is already so beautiful. You guys have any questions about the fish? Did I mention all the fish? I think I did. Yeah, I actually had one Amano shrimp. Do you not think my new ram is male? I'm not 100% sure. He still has, like, the pink. I mean, I know you said it looks like it on the phone, but I'm still kind of betting it's a female. However, the body and the fins do look a little bit more like a male. So I'll give you that, but I'm not 100% sure. I think I was talking about the Amano. I had a Amano shrimp in here, but like I was fixing the wood just for the stream, and he popped out from behind the wood, and I was like, oh, I forgot about him, because I originally had like 3 of them, and I now found him. Like, I mean, wait, did I have 3 or I don't remember exactly how many I added. I think it was 3. And they all did really well in here until they like literally just disappeared. I was like, okay, where did all of them go? Where? But I just think with all the new fish in there, he would just sit under that log and just eat. He wouldn't go out because he was scared. Maybe at night. But every once in a while, you just see like this one Amano shrimp go pew just around the tank. I was like, what? What was that? But I caught him out and I put him in Patch's tank, so it looks really good. Right now, the temperature is at 84, so I keep it fairly warm, but it is an Amazon tank, and you have 2 discus and rams, so you do need to keep it warmer. Right now there's a bunch of people on Chris the Mad Aquarist, his channel, because he's streaming right now. That's probably what a lot of the people want. You guys have any questions you want to ask? That's a good question, my Zeus sub to Fish Folk. How's the stream itself doing? I was originally going to do this on Sunday, but I pretty much just gave into it. What is my favorite fish? Well, obviously, rams are my favorite fish. The normal German blue are really nice, but I think I've grown to like my my golden opal male, just with his bright orange red head and then the yellow and the blue sheen. And the reason I like him more than just your average golden ram is because he's got that blue sheen, and since he's a cross of a he was a cross of a golden ram and an electric blue ram, so it got some really nice colored cross. And the female is from the same batch, they're actually brother and sister, so if we do get fry for them, we probably don't want to breed them again, because you might get some genetic disabilities, I guess you'd say. Let's do some close-ups on the fish. Do I have enough room? Yes, I do. I think. What about if I go? Yeah, I do. Okay. Alright, so we're getting close. Hopefully this doesn't lag too much for you guys. So there's my large discus. I still haven't been able to figure out the gender of him. Same with this guy right there. What do you think of the new rocket putting tank? I think it's great for ram spawning. I think it'll be really nice. This is really a weird angle because like the tripod won't go any lower, so I have to like tilt it basically. There's the male. Let me just try to see if they're not very responsive because I usually have to put the food in the back just because of the way the light is, or just the lid itself is. Yeah, it's very nice job. So any lag for you guys at all? It's not coming through on my computer. Like I said, well, I didn't say this already, but just the phone that's streaming in my computer is the only thing that's on, so hopefully you're not getting too much lag on your side. Good. Alright, so I'm just going to talk a little bit about just some common, contradictions that fish keepers come to. Ask him about what you asked, Benny. So some of the common fish contradictions that some people might have in this kind of tank. First of all, discus. A lot of people think discus need to have the absolute pristine water. That you have to have RO water and just ridiculously clean water just to keep them, and that you have to do crazy things just to make them breed them. That is just not true. And one of the things a lot of people have been talking about are those high pH discus that were made in DC. They are just not worth the cost. They're $200 for a discus, for a medium-sized discus even. Are you going to get saltwater fish when you get older? Unless I live by the beach or really get some kind of inspiration, no. I'm not a saltwater guy. I love the freshwater. It's awesome. But yeah, those high pH discus that they made, they're just so expensive, and they're I just don't understand why they really need to be made. I mean, they're cool. Sometimes people really don't have if you have really touchy discus, you might want to try to I don't know how to explain it. It's not worth it, So my point is, just don't be scared when you're trying to get discus. Don't think just because of all the crazy people out there who say you can you have to keep discus in like a 75 minimum. That's not true either. What do you recommend for betta fish? I assume as like a beginner, because that's what you asked. Like Benny said, minimum of 5 gallons. If you can, add some live plants. That will help. Try to get a cycled tank before you add the betta. And my zoo should be able to tell you about that. He knows, he understands that. What you want to do is just get the you want to make, you can add like fish food. You can even go as crazy, even though I don't recommend this, but I did do it for one thing. If it's like a super big tank, which if you're just doing a betta, it's not really helpful, but you can actually add like straight ammonia from like cleaning supplies, but you got to get like clean stuff, like not the thing that has like doctored up with other chemicals. You got to get like pure stuff, and you can put like just the tiniest drop in, but don't do that. It's just not going to work for just a small tank. But don't do a bowl. Do at least a 5 gallon. I mean, that's still a little bit crazy. Try to keep it in you can try a community tank, but if you're just starting out, I would try just do a betta only tank. A 5 or 10 gallons probably a good fit, because once you get above a 10 gallon, it's kind of pointless just to get that tank just for a betta. So you can do a 5 or a 10 gallon. If you guys haven't seen my video about Patches, she's in a 5.5 gallon aquarium right now. I have tons of plants in there. I have 5 ghost shrimp, and now a mono shrimp I added, and she's doing great. And I actually got her shipped from California. So the fact that I was able to do that is pretty crazy. So to kind of just wrap up your question, minimum 5 gallon, make sure your tank is cycled before you add your fish, and like I said, my zoo, your brother should be able to tell you about that. And just make sure, just monitor your fish every day. It's not that hard. Just sit down 5-10 minutes and just watch, and just see, is he doing anything different than usual? Is he acting weird? Does he have any weird spots? Is he acting sick? Does he, is he eating? That kind of stuff. Check the temperature, make sure your filtration's working. Don't clean your filter like all the time, really keep it clean. Like, don't do that. You want the gunk to build up, because that's the bacteria that's going to process the chemicals released by the fish's waste. So those are just really basic. You probably know some of those things. Okay, I got off track with the chat. I had my old betta in 2.5, but he got stressed and got dropsy. So learn from me, don't put anything less than a 5 gallon. Yeah, yep, like I said. Got it. Okay, how many more rams should I put in my tank? It's up to you. Right now, I feel like your tank's maxed out. If it's just a 20 gallon. I would just you could try something, but since you're moving here in like a month, I would just hold off. And once you move, then you can start doing some really fun stuff. If I were you, I would sell your platies. I would keep the rasboras, and then try to get like maybe 2 pairs. 2 pairs are, well, I don't know, it's only a 20 gallon. I would just stick with 1 pair in your 20 gallon. Just make sure it's a solid, for sure, no questions about it, pair. That's healthy, doesn't have skinny belly. And just try to breed them. Keep the rocks in there. If you are gonna try to like pull eggs, make sure you have a whole setup for that. Yeah, I would just stick with a pair for the 20 gallon. If you upgrade to something like maybe you could squeeze 2 pairs in a 29, or like a if you did the 29, you'd probably want to have some, like, if you're trying to breed 2 pairs in a 29, like mine, you'd probably want to have like dense vegetation like this, but on both sides, so like this side's not very dense. And then you could have like rocks like these salt and pepper rocks. My golden rams spawn on them all the time. Just make sure you have them kind of placed in the dense vegetation, then they'll feel very safe. Otherwise, right now you just have a 20, I would stick with one pair. You could keep the Rasboras. The Pleco could be a problem for trying to breed. The Cories could be a problem, but they're not very aggressive at all. Pleco can be very aggressive. So they should be able to chase the Cories away. But just remember, the more fish you have in there, that's every more threat that can threaten those babies and their eggs. My betta is in a 3-gallon, but I'm upgrading it soon. Okay, good. Would you say my new ram is healthy? Yes. Whether it's a male or a female, he's a lot healthier. It is a lot healthier than the last male that you got. Yeah. So even if you don't have a pair, at least you have a healthy 2 rams. Planted tank, 5-gallon for my betta. Yes, do it, my zoo. It's fun. It's very fun. What's your guys' favorite fish in this tank? For me, it's got to be the golden rams, but some of you guys might like the discus or the tetras or whatever. If you haven't already, make sure you drop a like in the stream and subscribe. We're trying to get to 200. If they do spawn, what would eat the eggs? Well, I already kind of mentioned it. Pleco, Cories are probably your main threat, those two. Rams. Yes, that's your favorite. Okay. Alright, that's good, my zoo. I'll see ya. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, so Plecos and Cories are probably your main threat. Platies are not going to be a huge threat, however, everything is a threat that you put in there. What? That tetra kind of has a weird nip on its fin. I don't know if you guys can see that. Right there. It's got something weird on its bottom fin. What do you guys think that is? I don't know what that is. He was just battling with another tetra. Could just be some kind of wound or something. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Okay, bye Emily's Art, thanks for dropping in. Do you think your female would eat the eggs, or do you think she would be a good mom? Well, she hasn't been spawned at all, right? I don't think she spawned at all, so probably she might eat the eggs. I don't know. Benny, if you know any way to contact anyone just to try to just get some people in the stream, that would be nice, but it's alright. So yeah, I mean, since it's her first spawn, that she would, I think probably she would. I think females are more egg eaters than males, but it's just a suggestion. Or it's just kind of my observation from personal experience. I don't know why, but this guy, my male ram just kind of like bumped off that. And I see my fish do that a lot. Wow, those neons are being pretty aggressive. I shared the stream to 13 fish people. Oh, yeah, hopefully that gets like one person maybe. Okay. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, I'm really glad this stream is cruising. Man, if Corey drops in again, that'd be awesome. My fish do it sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. It could just be that they got something that's itching them and they kind of scratch off. Hello, Ruben LR. Welcome to the stream. This is my Amazon tank, if you don't, you weren't here earlier, so, yep. Do you guys have any suggestions for what I should do in the future for this tank? I'm pretty happy with it right now. Of course, I would love to work on the plants more. Like, I mean, it might seem that it's doing really well, but the plants, like this water sprite right there is not looking so well. And a little bit there, it's just not super healthy. And I mean, the rest of the plants are pretty healthy, but I feel like with some fertilizers, consistent water changes, and maybe planting up more, being more persistent with trimming and replanting, I think it could look a lot better and a lot more filled. You should put more plants on the left side and put a pair of electric blue rams in there. Ooh, yeah, I originally had, was that 3 or 4? I can't remember how many electric blues I had in here. But they all died of sickness. Kind of all spread out, but yeah, that was sad. Yeah, I do want to put more plants on the left side. I'm not exactly sure how I want to work with it. I might do kind of like a rescaping or a remodeling. I think I might try to do something where like, I don't know. I have some cool ideas. I've noticed, guys, in the past, like, my cardinals just, every once in a while, I just find, like, one dead cardinal. Like, it's just one. It wasn't, like, attacked or anything. It just randomly dies. I don't know if this is just from old age or, like, just some random malfunction in their system or something. But, like, they just seem like they're not very healthy or steady, you know? If you guys know what that's all about, make sure you comment it. Get a piece of spiderwood for the middle and plant around it, and then put a few spawning sites for the rams. Yeah, I mean, I could try that. I don't know that I'd do spiderwood, just cause like the stuff that my local fish store has is just so expensive, and it's not even that good. However, I could get another piece of the wood that I have in there, or something similar, and try to do some kind of islandscape. I really don't like the way the filter is kind of situated. I'm not sure how I could fix that. I might be able to kind of fix it. My cardinal started dying for no reason as well, so I sold mine and got my new rams died. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's up with it. And I've had just in experience, like, in the past, like, my, how do I get this off? I don't want to chat on here. Okay. I've just found in the experience, like, some of the neons I've got, the neon tetras, they just haven't been healthy. Whether it's from PetSmart, or one of my local fish stores, they just haven't done well. However, I found that, like, we waited until they, like, got, like, their bags in of neons, and, like, we just took a bag home of 12 of them, and they've been doing great. So I just think it's something about our local fish store, that just, like, they get ick. Like, we bought a pair of electric blue Acaras a couple months ago, and, like, they had, like, ick after 2 days, and I was like, whoa, what's going on there? Wow, it looks like the internet just crashed. Oof. Oh, no, maybe it's back up. Yeah, guys, it might lag out for a couple seconds and then come back on. I don't know why I just did that. Oh, Manzu, you're back. Hello. Yeah, a couple things I'm noticing here just as we're watching the tank. The neons are being very aggressive with one another and chasing one another around. And my golden ram keeps, like, kind of, like, scraping off things. Like he might have ick or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's starting to, like, yeah. It should be back up and going good. Just comment down below as soon as something changes, you know. We haven't had a spawn from these golden rams in a while, which is kind of annoying, but oh well. Oh, okay, bye again. Good night. Okay. For those of you who are still watching, I have an outdoor pond. I showed this to you, Benny. It's basically like a whiskey barrel kind of thing that we got at Tractor Supply, and I've cleaned out some black diamond blasting sand, put it in there. There's some floating anacris and like a big cycled sponge filter, as well as like a huge piece of water lettuce I've grown out for a while in there. And I'm just kind of I'm quarantining some just assorted guppies, random guppies that I got at PetSmart, with general cure, because practically every fish we get there has something. However, these were like just added like a day before or something like that, or they at least look like they had been added recently to their tanks there at PetSmart. And we haven't had any problem. We've been doing like a water change and then general cure for a couple days now, and they look okay. So I think I'm going to be adding them to that pond. I think actually maybe tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. I just have to look back at when we treated stuff and everything. Okay, so how long are we going to go for? Right now we're at 30 minutes. I think I'm going to do either 45 like I did last time, or an hour. Depends on how many, just the viewers and who's still on. Yeah, I think maybe 45 minutes is maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Any lags coming through, guys? Because it like completely dropped out for a couple seconds and now it's back up fine. I don't know what that was about. Pretty soon I'll be able to go into my room and downstairs. I just have to get like a longer cord, or either that or just a Wi-Fi spreader, one of those two, to spread the internet, because it literally won't work in my room, which is like still upstairs, same level that the internet router's at. But how old is your male gold ram? He's approaching a year old now. I think he might be 8 or 9 months old. I don't keep track of exactly how old they are. My dad would probably know, but he's not watching right now. At least I don't think he is. Wow, these gold rams are being very aggressive. Yeah, I don't know what's up with these tetras. Huh. By the way, I've set up a shrimp tank for some of my more regular viewers, and right now it does not look like a good setup, but it'll level out. I got some really fine sand in there that I cleaned out, and I took some wood from my backyard, and it was like a dead piece of wood, so I was able to saw it off a branch really easy, and it's pretty thick. So, and I was just, since it was like really dead and like old, I was able to just take a knife and kind of just cut the bark off, and then I boiled it for about 45 minutes, and it released a few tannins while it was boiling, and I put it in the tank. But then I added 1 catappa leaf, a couple alder cones, some java moss, and some moss balls, and now it literally looks like a ball of lava because of the tannins. It's only a 2.5 gallon, which is probably why it's a lot more concentrated and looks, has a lot more tannins. But still, it's a lot more than I expected. Thanks for the vid you did for me. Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, I edited a video for Benny's Aquatics, guys. It's on his channel right now. Make sure, everyone, if you haven't already, make sure you like the stream and also subscribe to Fishfolk. We haven't gotten any subscribers. Come on. We need 3 more subs before the end of the stream. We're shooting for 200 by the end of the stream. Might not happen, but I'm gonna do a video for 200 subscribers. It's gonna be 200 tips and tricks. It's just basically over the past 2 years that I've been in this. Just all the tricks that I've learned, like even simple things as use sponge filters that are okay to use, you know. Or, you know, sponge intakes, simple things like that. Like, or you like taking a syringe and like putting airline on the end, like those, just like simple tips like that. I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to get to 200, but I'll try for sure. It might just be 100. Hey Ethan Fallon, welcome to the stream. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. We're shooting for 200 by the end of the stream. I'll go live after you again if you want. Well, it's up to you. I'm probably going to go to bed by 12 tonight, so don't plan on doing anything like long past that. What do you guys think of this whole like coronavirus? I mean, it's kind of crazy. Oh, there's a plant floating around, or a plant piece. That looks horrible. No, it's fine. Any lag for you guys? I really don't want this to completely bug out again, because those first few times that I tried was just so annoying. It's like the one stream I was like, yay, it's working, we're good. And then it was like, you're going live in 5 minutes. Okay. I'm not gonna be over there immediately, but when this gets to 45 minutes, I'll stop the stream and go over to your stream then. In the past, like the gold rams that are in here, they've spawned, I already mentioned this, like right where he's at right now, there's like a salt and pepper rock like that one right there, like right behind him, and they spawn kind of in there. And they really like that, just all the cover, and then like a nice, kind of a nice rock, steady surface that they can spawn on. We've got one batch from them. I think they spawned 2 times though. There was one time we were just so like busy, like with just transitioning from COVID, like there was just some complications and we didn't have enough time to raise a ton of fry, so we just let it go naturally, and then of course they ate the eggs, but yeah. The snail population has not been doing so well in here. Probably because I have a lot of fish in here. You can see there's like a dead snail shell right there. So you're selling that ram, right, Benny? How much are you getting for him? You think you're gonna get like 10 bucks, 10, 15? And you said you're giving it to a fish keeper, you're not selling it to a store. $15, good. Let's do some more close-ups of the fish. Alright. Yeah. Okay, let's just look here at my gold ram. Oh, well. Here, you can see he's been pretty feisty lately. He's a nice ram though. He's my favorite fish, so he's just so beautiful with that blue sheen. Unbelievable. Oh, there's a pleco. Yeah, look at that. Oh. There we go. Yeah, the pleco's right there. I'm not 100% sure if he is a pure long-fin bristlenose, like as it was sold to me as, because I'm not 100% sure, but he looks kind of like a baby common pleco. I mean, obviously he's a female ram. Did that thing on the leaf? Oh yeah, I didn't see it, but yeah, I don't know. I see a lot of my fish do it, and I'm like, whoa, is there ammonia burn? Do they have ick or something? But then nothing ever happens. They're okay. They don't die, so I don't know. Do they do that with velvet? I'm just curious to know. Like, do they brush off things with velvet? That's one thing that's a little bit harder to detect. Really gotta look for it. Magpies do it and they're fine. Yeah. That's weird, don't know. There's my discus. He's a baby. If you want to get good discus and you want them to survive, you want to get them small. You want to buy them small because they're cheap, like way cheaper. Like a full-grown discus, just not your not your high pH discus that costs like $1 million. Just your regular discus. Like a full-grown discus will cost like $125 if it's, you know, a good quality one. No, not like that. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, just look at that Tetris swarm. Wow. It's a good looking swarm. Yeah, they don't school as tightly as I like to, but I mean, for a pack of like 20-ish, they don't have a ton of space to school. Here's some other good fish to close up. I guess we could look at my big discus. He's not as colorful, and just because he's naturally dark. And since the black backing, the black substrate, he darkens up. But once he comes into the right light, he'll color up. Why is this not zooming out? There we go. Okay. If any of you guys are curious on how to stream, I'm using Streamlabs. It's a free app. You can download in the App Store, and it basically, you sign into your YouTube account and then you can stream. I'm gonna back up here. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up here. I think I'll go to 50 minutes and then I'll be done. Hello, Nate Perez. Nice, thanks. All right. That's a cool close-up. And this is tilted right now. Yep, it's my Amazon Metro tank. One of my favorite tanks I have, actually. Very, very full of color and activity. What? Alright guys, if you have any questions, make sure you put them in the chat. That way I can get to them here in the next 6 minutes. If you have any questions or suggestions, you can also ask me them. It's what the live stream is for, and it's what the chat's for. Also, if you're watching right now and you haven't subscribed or liked, make sure you do that. I'm trying to hit 200 subs by the end of the stream, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Probably just going to happen organically by new people watching my videos. But we'll hit 200 at some point, obviously. Yeah, that male is being very aggressive to the female. Not sure what that's all about. Still got 4 watching now. Well, no, 3. Let's see. Which one do you guys like more, this tank or the goldfish tank? Okay, yep, I'll see you soon. Yep, when I end the stream here, make sure you jump over to Benny's Aquatics in his live stream. He's got a really nice tank he's gonna be streaming on. And when you do so, make sure you give him a subscribe and like the stream. I'm really glad that the Pleco in here has not hit up the sword. I mean, it's in great condition, and he's just chowing down the wood. And I do leave algae, like, I scrub the front side and then that side. However, that I didn't do that right before the stream. But I leave this side kind of coated in algae in the back, just for the plecos or shrimp or whatever I add. And even the fish will nibble on it too. It's a good kind of supplement to their natural diet, which I have been feeding the extreme flakes, just the community flakes. It's the spirulina and krill flakes, and it's a great fish food. Alright, if you have any more questions, make sure you leave them in the chat. I'll try to answer them here. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. I'll give you guys a couple options for my next stream. One, I could maybe do like a room, kind of just a talk, not necessarily like just a tank, but like just like me talking about stuff. You could come up with a topic and just kind of discuss stuff, talk in the chat. That we could do that. I could try to do a downstairs fish room video or live stream. Of course, all these things I'm gonna have to do with an internet extender or a spreader, like just a longer cable, or there's like a couple different places you can plug it in. Okay, Jimmy Hunter asks, do you use CO2? Great question. I used to, and I did it for, a month or two, and didn't see a lot of growth. I mean, it didn't do anything super fantastic for the tank that made me really want to keep doing it, so I just stopped doing it. I don't even do fertilizers in this tank. It's just all straight natural, which I think I'm going to try to start doing more fertilizers in here. Right now I don't see a need for CO2, but I might get around to it. I'm thinking about doing kind of a rescape with the plants and the wood. I'm probably getting another piece of wood. But, yep. Alright guys, we're hitting the 15-minute mark here. I'm going to wrap up the stream. I didn't miss too much of my zoo, just me ranting and then silence and then ranting and then silence. Alright guys, thanks for dropping in. head over to Benny's Aquatic Stream right now.